story up. So congratulations are in order to Beyoncé for her first 2022 album by a female to reach #1. Okay, we had to wait all the way till August before we got our #1 for Beyoncé for Renaissance. And side note, it's still not a love, you guys. It is still not a love, but it's definitely a really like. There are many songs on there that I think are very cool and I like to listen to them. I don't know if it's still an album that I'm gonna reach for when I say, ooh, Beyonce greatest hits. I'm not sure if this one is going to work its way into my greatest hits lineup, maybe one song or so, but otherwise, it's good. It's a good, solid album, and obviously so, she made it to #1. So good for her. We are very happy for Miss B. Okay. Somebody wanted to make sure that I did a review of the whole album. I'm not reviewing the whole album. Okay. It's just the album is cool, and I do like it. But let's talk about, we saw that she posted, or her team posted, a little clip that she is redoing You're All I Need, which is, okay, I'm always telling y'all about my favorites. This is my favorite ballad by the Isley Brothers. The Isley Brothers is Mr.'s favorite group. My favorite group is Earth, Wind, and Fire. Mr.'s is Isley Brothers. He says it's classic low-riding music, okay? I love the Isley Brothers because something about it is so sensual, so sexual, just makes me feel, when I listen to that song in particular, it just gives me this whole different vibe. It makes me feel in tune with my sexuality. And it's just, when you listen to the words, I mean, he is really trying to explain to this woman that she is all that he needs, okay? So when I tell you, first of all, you guys already know that I am not a fan of remakes. I don't care who the person is, even somebody on a Beyonce scale. I don't like when people remake songs, okay? I do like a lot of remakes, but it has to be done right. It has to be done correctly. And I do have, I do have high expectations for this song, because if you're going to do the shit, then you got to do it right. And even if you are Beyonce. Now, I'm a little concerned because sometimes Beyonce's voice for me, it can be very, that song, you just have to be very, you have to be soft, you have to be sensual, you have to be smooth, you have to have it has to be like the velvet on the walls, it has to be the crushed velvet couch, it has to be the platforms, it has to be the, the joint in the feathered clip, okay? It has to be a polyester, it has to be right. It has to be right, okay? So I just really, I know that this is a big deal for the Isley Brothers, the same way that she redid Frankie Beverly's song. I can't even think of, na, 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 doom, doom, doom. What's the name of the damn song? Na, 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 you make me happy. Well, I can't think of the name of the fucking song. I'll put it on the screen. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I wasn't even a big fan of that remake, okay? So I just have really high hopes. I have high expectations that it's done right. I trust that they will, because I think that Beyonce does well with ballads, but I still gotta wait and see. It comes out tomorrow. Actually today. This will be Friday when you guys get this, so it'll be coming out, and I'm sure that I will talk about it at least on my Instagram, okay? Because like I said, it just has to be right, B. Do us right, girl. Do us right. But how y'all feeling about Renaissance? Have you guys given it another listen? It's definitely one of those albums that I don't think you're going to like right away. If you don't love it immediately, then it's still something that deserves a sit down and kind of just go over it and listen to it again. And you have to kind of let it get into your system, and you got to kind of feel it, and then you might feel a little differently, or you might not. I am still waiting on that R&B album though, y'all. I'm still waiting on it. I have Now that one I got high hopes for. I know she can give us exactly what we need on that one. So hopefully that's part of these next, whatever the next act will be. Okay, but in the meantime, You're All I Need comes out tomorrow, duet with Ron Isley and the Isley Brothers. We'll see what it sounds like. You're you're all I need. Oh, yes, you are. You're all I need. Oh, don't say it. All right, you guys, so next story. The crash on La Brea. They're calling it the Windsor Hills crash. Such a tragedy, you guys. If you guys saw the video, I'm sure you did because it's been all over the blogs, all over the news. We had 37-year-old Nicole Lorraine Linton. She's a registered nurse, a traveling nurse from Texas who was working on assignment in Los Angeles, plowed through the intersection at La Brea and Slauson, and driving upwards of 90 miles per hour in a Mercedes-Benz. When you see the video, when you see the surveillance video, it doesn't look like this woman even hit the brakes, even thought about hitting the brakes. I mean, completely flies through. The shit happened so quickly that it looked like a movie. It looked like a special effect. It didn't even look like it was a real. It reminded me of, remember in Back to the Future when you had to get, look, I'm telling my age again, when you had to get, the professor had to get up enough speed to make them disappear or go back into the future. And it left that streak of fire on the ground. This is exactly what it looked like after she plowed through there so quickly. And the car ran into a light pole and it erupted in flames. It left the flames going back towards the intersection. And in that crash, she also killed, she was charged with 6 counts of murder for 23-year-old Asheray Ryan, her nearly 1-year-old child, her boyfriend, Reynold Lester, and their 8.5 month, she was pregnant, 8.5 months pregnant. She was due to be delivering very soon. That baby also died. She also killed 2 other women that they have not been able to identify yet. And then she injured, I think that there were 7 or 8 people that were actually injured from this accident. But just to see that and just to know that, I mean, I can't even tell you guys what a busy intersection this is. Slauson is a street that everybody takes to get pretty much from the east side of Los Angeles to the west side of Los Angeles. It is a major, major street, okay? And you go up and down Slauson, I mean, you could go up and down Slauson a few times in the day, okay? And multiply that times however many years you've been in Los Angeles. I mean, everybody hits Slauson and La Brea at some point, okay? And just the idea that I have many friends, many family that live right in that area, it was just to see it happening and just to know that I was just there a couple of weeks ago and driving through that intersection around that same time. It just really, I could not believe that something like that happened there. I remember being right at the front of the red light and Debbie in the back seat telling me about what an issue that intersection has become because they block it off and they do donuts and all you can see is like black rubber, burnt rubber marks in the center of the intersection and how it creates traffic. You know how they do. That is the intersection that also happens there as well. But her flying through that intersection was just crazy to me. Right after it happened, there was some woman that got on the news and said that she had just left a day party, had been drinking, got into an argument with her boyfriend, and when she came down the hill, stop barking. It's the mailman, I'm sorry. When she came down the hill, she didn't even stop, you know, that she... When she came down the hill, that let's just wait for the mail lady. Let's just wait for the mail lady to pass. Come on back up here, please. Come back up. Come here. Are you happy now? You barked at the mail lady. No, I don't, get down. Anyway, the lady said that she had been in a fight with a boyfriend, that she was speeding down the hill, didn't even try to stop, went through the thing, she was drunk, all of that. Well, it turns out that we don't even know who that lady is, although I'm sure they know who she is, but the police are saying that they can't find that woman, that she obviously did not know this woman, Nicole Linton, that she just wanted her 15 minutes of fame and just got on the news and said that. I was thinking when she was up there, I was just like, how would she know that that happened? Because she literally was on there right after the accident happened. And, whoa, stop it. She literally was on there right after the accident happened. And I was just like, you didn't even have time to talk to her to know whether or not she saw the red light or slowed down or anything. So I already felt that it was, and then I was like, what kind of friend, even if she was guilty of doing the things that the friend said that she did, what kind of friend gets on the news and tells that? Because you already know that she about to be in a fucking boatload of trouble. We don't need no friends getting on the damn news and saying shit like that. Bitch, shut up, okay? So... not really a friend. Now it turns out that she didn't even really know the lady. Okay. Nicole Linton was able to drive through that and just suffer moderate injuries. There are pictures of her when they pulled her out of the car, sitting on the curb, and she did have blood on her arm or whatever, but for the most part, she was able to walk and talk and everything. Okay. Now, when you do see the pictures of her, she does look out of it. Like she looks shocked, like she can't even believe what happened. And so we don't really know what happened either. I know there are many, many stories that are out there. First of all, some of the facts first. The fact is that she has had 13 automobile accidents in her driving history. And some of them have been very serious accidents. I'm not really sure why she still has her license, okay? Because usually after you show a pattern of accidents, especially when there's been bodily injury or things like that, then they usually will revoke your license. But she still, for whatever reason, has had her license. So they are investigating this. One of the other facts was that she did not have any alcohol in her system. Okay. So that was a lie. She was not drunk. And she looked like she had just left work because she had on her hospital scrubs. She either left work or was on her way to work. Whatever it was, she wasn't coming from a party. It doesn't look like it. So that is not true as well. Okay, so those are the facts. But there are many, many other narratives that surround this as well, you know, saying that she may have had a stroke behind the wheel. Some people saying that she was trying to commit suicide. And then there is another ominous narrative of saying that maybe the car malfunctioned, which is going to be something totally different if we really got to get into the fact that Mercedes has some sort of flaw or problem in their engineering where a car is not, you know, starts to pick up the speed like that and not able to stop and plow through and kill people and cause all this. So if that is what the case is, Mercedes is going to be paying out the ass. Okay. So this story has a potential of getting a whole lot bigger if we can really get to the bottom of it and figure out exactly why it was that this woman was traveling. I mean, she's coming from Overhill. It's like, it's a hill, right? The street is called Overhill, but she's coming down and you do pick up speed coming down there, but you see a red light, you stop, you know? So people are trying to figure out exactly what is the reason that she was not able to stop. At one point, right when she's about to hit the intersection, there's a picture of her with her hand out the window, okay? And the hand out the window could have been a signal from her letting people know, even though it's futile at this moment, but maybe that was her kind of like trying to say, like, I can't stop. And like, you know, she's flying through there and she can't stop. I mean, we don't know what it is yet, okay? Now, they have not released her from jail. Originally, they were trying to do like a $9 million bond amount, but they ended up just saying no bail because they feel like she's a flight risk. So they're going to hold on to her. It's an investigation going on. They tried to push off her arraignment for a couple of months till October so that they can kind of, they said that she has extensive mental health issue records and files from her previous visits to the doctor or to a therapist, to a counselor or whatever. So there are some things that are in her past that they are investigating, and they wanted to push it off until October so they'd have a better idea of what was going on here. But the judge was like, no, she's going to get done. It's going to happen in August. Okay, so within the next few days to weeks, that we should get the arraignment. But she's been charged, like I said, with 6 counts of murder, 5 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter. It's 5 because they don't count the unborn baby in that. And then eight people were also injured. Okay. And so we'll see. Whatever the story is, it's really too bad. It's awful. I can't even fathom a person flying through there that quickly. I mean, it's just, and even if you were trying to commit suicide, I just have a feeling that we're going to hear more about this story. There's going to be more to this story than this because it doesn't make sense. 90 miles an hour, it's like, gosh, fast. So anyway, it's all a mystery right now, but as the time goes on, we will get more of that story. And once we get the story, of course, I will share the story with you guys. In the meantime, our prayers go up to the victims. That one family that was wiped out is just super sad. It's super sad. They're a young couple, and they were actually on their way to the prenatal appointment, and the whole family gone. So yeah, I'm sure even if the girl, if there is some sort of reason why she did what she did, that doesn't take away the fact that it happened. She's going to be in jail for a long time. She faces life in prison. So, it's just, the story is a tragedy all the way around. And just prayers up for my people out in LA. It's like, you guys even though you can't always know what's happening, but I just pray, pray before you leave out the house. That's anywhere nowadays. Pray before you leave out the house. There's so much craziness and so much death and shooting and accidents and things like this happening that I just want everybody to wake up the next day. Okay. So, but like I said, once I know more about the story, I will definitely let you guys know. All right, you guys, update on YoungThug's case. Okay, mama named him Jeffrey Wright. Y'all, it ain't looking good for YoungThug. It is not looking good. I mean, I know I say this every time, but it really does not look good. The DA out here in Atlanta, remember she told us that there were going to be some more indictments coming down. I'm not sure if this is a part of the indictments that she meant, but they did give him some new charges, new gang charge, new gun charge, possession of a machine gun charge, all of this. He is in jail because of the RICO charges that they have, basically saying that he has been the leader of the YSL, which stands for Young Slime Life Collective. The DA seems to think that it is a gang and that YoungThug has been the leader and has been calling the shots for quite some time. Okay. And these charges come after the raid that was done on his house, and they found the machine guns and all of the guns and all of that. And then they came down with this indictment. But she said there were going to be 2 more. So if there were 2 more, and if this is one of those 2, then we still got 1 more coming. Some people seem to think that it could be, maybe she might have in her sights, what is the name of the damn? Hold on, y'all. I got to look at my notes. Some people are saying that Lil Baby's collective, 4PF, or is it 4YF? But Lil Baby is an Atlanta rapper. People are saying that his collective might be a part of this indictment as well. I was like, y'all just gonna tie up all of the hot rappers for these young kids right now. But if these kids is out there doing gang shit with the immense success that they have, it's just like, it's beyond me. So, Young Thug, only 4 people face these new indictments. It's Young Thug, and it is YSL rappers Yak, Gotti, and Duke, and some other person. Okay, remember they got 27, it's 28 total, counting Young Thug. So these 4 people is also on these new indictments. And so, yeah, just terrible, But they are all claiming that they can't wait for their day in court, that they are innocent, that, they not a part of this whole, it's not a gang, it's a record label and all of that. But the DA's office, they are going hard. They're going hard and really locking them up and holding on to them until we can get to trial. So I don't think that they're going to let Young Thug out. He's not going to get bail, bond, whatever you call it. He is going to be in there until he has his trial. So, and his lawyer says that they will fight into his last drop of blood. Okay, so, I mean, it's good when you have a lawyer that believes in you, right? And he gonna need that because, like I said, them people is coming after them, honey, and they ain't letting them go. So, we'll see what happens. When I know more, you'll know more. Lastly, you guys, I wanted to let you know that our girl Serena Williams, after a long and lengthy and successful and prideful career as a tennis player, she has decided to retire. She said that she wants to go on to do things that she is interested in, that she loves. I don't know if her heart has been 100% in it since she's had her little girl. You grow and your priorities change and things happen in your life that you feel that you need to give more attention to. And I mean, she's done everything that she needs to do in the tennis world. And she was a great representative for women, a great representative for Black women in the tennis world when we didn't have many representatives. I don't even know if we had any. We did have some in the tennis world, but nobody on the scale of a Venus and Serena Williams. And Serena especially has just gotten to the top so many times that it's just sort of time for her to go. Now, she was in Canada at the Canada Open, and she had just lost to Belinda Bencic, or Bencic, Bencic. She had just lost to her. And she decided to call it quits. She says she's horrible at goodbyes, but this is goodbye. And, she was tearful, and I'm sure, but I think that, like I said, I don't know if I feel like her heart has been in it. She's had some injuries. She's been off, and she's doing other things. She has, right now they're producing, they produce movies, and she's has other things in mind. And she has a very rich husband that's also busy doing whatever he does. And then they have this little girl that she wants to spend more time with and do things with. And I mean, I can totally understand. She definitely deserves this retirement because she has given all that and more. Okay, should we give her the fist pump of righteousness for that black girl magic? Y'all not gonna get enough of us now, are you? We gonna miss you though, Serena. It was a wonder to see her out there on that court. Some of the things that she did was awesome. It was amazing. It was amazing to see and be a witness of. So I'm glad and proud that we were able to have somebody like Serena Williams to represent for us. And yeah, you guys, happy trails to Serena Williams. I'm sure she'll be fine. Child, I forgot to end the video. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Say bye, boo. Say bye.